I'm Marge Robeson, registered dietitian with Pasonic Partners.
Hi, I am Melinda Gray, Food Service Manager for LCCAA Head Start.
Hi, I'm Katie Colazzo, the production lead for LCCAA Head Start.
We're so pleased that you could join us today for part 2 of our soup and salad out of the box cooking series. Hopefully you made our soup, the minestrone soup from part 1, and enjoyed that. Today we're going to make an autumn pear salad that would pair well with that soup, any soup, or could really just be a great side dish for any meal. I love recipes that use fresh, simple ingredients and are easy to make but taste great, and that's what this recipe is. So we're going to wash our hands, wash our produce, and then we'll get started. So this recipe starts by making a really simple vinaigrette. And Katie's gonna, start with dicing a shallot?
Yes, and for those that don't know what a shallot is, it's a cross between an onion and a garlic. So you have the flavors of the onion and the garlic without the pungent smell or taste of either one. And when you're preparing them, you want to peel it like you're peeling an onion before you dice into it.
Okay, so as she's mincing up, and you want the shallot to be finely minced, just like you don't want to bite into a big piece of garlic or onion, you don't want to bite into a big piece of shallot.
Right.
So finely mince the shallot, and then to make a vinaigrette, it's usually some type of oil. We're going to use olive oil, and some type of acid or vinegar, usually in a ratio of about 1 part vinegar, or you could use lemon juice. We're going to use balsamic vinegar, but you could also use red wine vinegar, apple cider vinegar. All of those work well for a vinaigrette. And the nice thing about making a homemade vinaigrette, again, it tastes better than bottled dressings, is so much fresher.
Right.
And as we know, bottled salad dressings, there too have a lot of sodium in them. So we're making a much healthier version and fresher flavor. So the vinaigrette, Katie's going to combine the ingredients. If you have like a glass jar or even a bowl that you can whisk together all of the ingredients, something with a lid that you can put the ingredients in and shake, that's the best way to combine the ingredients for the vinaigrette. So she's going to add in the finely minced up shallots into that container. Great. And then we have our olive oil. Like any dressing, olive oil is a great choice for a dressing. And then our acid, as I mentioned, is going to be the balsamic vinegar. And then to emulsify, or to kind of combine that vinegar and the olive oil, we're going to use some Dijon mustard. And when we shake that together, that'll kind of homogenize the oil and the vinegar. And for a little sweetness, some honey. But you can also use things like, if you're making a vinaigrette, sometimes you'll see maple syrup, or you might see even just a little bit of sugar as the sweetener. So just a small amount for a little sweetness in there. And then our salt and pepper are gonna go in there for that dressing.
It smells delicious.
Already, kind of that vinegary,
Yeah.
the balsamic vinegar. And then we're just gonna shake that up. This dressing would stay well in the refrigerator for really 4 or 5 days. You might find if you put it in the refrigerator that oil is gonna separate from the vinegar, but just take it out of the refrigerator, shake it up, and that'll re-homogenize it. And so that looks great. And you could use this dressing on other things too. So if you make it, and I would use it on something like some vegetables, if I had roasted vegetables, how would you use it?
Vegetables would be great.
Yeah, so feel free to make a vinaigrette, keep it in the refrigerator, and then use it on areas where you might want a little extra flavoring on something. So we have the vinaigrette made, and now we're going to, really the salad is as simple as assembling a bunch of ingredients. And so we're going to use some lettuce, and we have a spring mix, but you can use whatever kind of lettuce that you like. And then this salad, because it's called autumn pear salad, has a pear that's sliced on it. I like the salad for kids as a great way to introduce them to salads, because often kids like pears,
Right.
but if you put a salad in front of them,
They're like,
they may not eat the salad. So again, I laugh, when my kids were little, they always said when I would ask them if they wanted a salad, they would always say, with crunchies on it.
with crunchies.
And the crunchies were things like sunflower seeds on it. I might put some dried fruit on it. And that might be what they pick off the salad. But again, I go back to that pairing new foods with preferred foods. If they're picking off the pear on this salad, eating the sunflower seeds, they may get a piece of lettuce, and that introduces them to a new food. So that's, again, a great way to introduce new foods to kids in a way that they have foods that they really like. So Katie's just thinly slicing the pear. If your kids prefer like a diced cut to the pear, you can certainly do that. I think it looks pretty when you thinly slice it and kind of put the pear on top of the salad. So in our bowl, sorry, excuse my reach, Katie, we're going to go ahead and add the lettuce. And our lettuce was pre-washed, but if the lettuce is not pre-washed, of course you'd want to just run the lettuce in cold water, rinse it just with the water, and then make sure that it's well drained. And then on the salad, we are going to put our pear on there, which will look, this is a great pear. It's nice and juicy, and this is the time of year when pears are in season, so they're a lot less expensive, and again, a great way to add something onto a salad. So the pear is on there, and then again, one of those crunchies that my kids always liked on a salad and got them to now enjoy salads that are predominantly vegetables and not the crunchies is we're adding sunflower seeds. The recipe calls for walnuts, so that's an option too, but because we know some people have nut allergies, we're just substituting the walnuts for the sunflower seeds. But you could put anything on there. I put pepitas, which are pumpkin seeds, some other type of nuts, almonds if you prefer those. So again, make it your own. So we have that pear on there. That looks beautiful. We're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of the sunflower seeds on there. And then we're adding craisins. Again, a lot of kids like craisins, just dried cranberries. We're actually having cranberries as one of our try days. So kids will have seen these. And something you can talk about is how the different ways are that they had cranberries. On our menus at Head Start, what we're going to be doing is having a cranberry smoothie. So a different way to use cranberries. So they will have seen the cranberries, adds great color. I actually make this recipe at holiday time, and instead of the cranberries, sometimes I'll use pomegranate seeds. If you've ever seen pomegranate seeds, are very popular at the holiday time, and that makes it beautiful. People always say, oh, that salad, can I have the recipe? And you're like, it's hardly a recipe. It's just assembling the ingredients, right? And then probably one of the favorite parts of a salad for kids is...
Mine too. Cheese.
You can't forget the cheese. So this has some Parmesan cheese on it. I think pairs well with that balsamic dressing. Again, if kids don't like Parmesan, you want to put mozzarella, some cheddar cheese. Again, salads are really just combining ingredients. So our salad is done. It looks great, very fall-like with the pear and the craisins, the dried cranberries on it. Katie's gonna add the vinaigrette.
I'm gonna mix it back up to make sure that everything is still mixed well before we put it on top of our salad.
And again, a homemade vinaigrette, I think, just gives this salad that taste of freshness. If you have little ones who would prefer, instead of a vinaigrette, some other, kids like ranch or some other French, you could certainly use that. Again, a versatile salad. If you wanted to make this as an entree salad, you could always add, again, some leftover chicken on it or a hard-boiled egg to make it a more whole meal. And again, it pairs well with the soup that we made in our first class. We would love to see pictures of you making this salad with your family when you get the box of ingredients. We hope you enjoyed our two-part series and look forward to seeing you again.
Please join us in the spring of 2023 for Out of the Box Cooking Series on making healthy snacks.
Thank you, parents.